What is going on, guys? It's Tom Talks Depression here. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're commenting on my videos if you're subscribed, as we want to get this little community growing. Now, today's topic is depression and sex. Now, this channel is going to be me being brutally honest. I'm not going to give you a show. I'm not going to give you any bullshit. I'm just going to give you me and my facts. My facts. And the way that I feel, sort of thing. Not necessarily facts. So, depression and sex. This year, I've tried very hard to have to go on a few dates. I've sort of sick of being single. I'm sick of it. But at the same time, I've met knobheads, and maybe the single life is meant for me. So, we're talking about casual sex and how that affects me, my personal mental health issues, and the way that I deal with that. So, for a little bit of background information, I was with someone for 6 years from the ages of 17 to 23, and that is the only person I'd ever been with, sort of sexually, physically, any way that you want. And through that time, I always thought casual sex was wrong, sort of thing. I thought, if you have casual sex, you must like the person, you must want something romantic. It's sort of, you want something from it. And since I've got out of that relationship and I've had casual sex, I can confirm it is never ever that. But obviously the mindset of someone who is new to sexual things and different physical activities, you sort of think, you must like that person if you're having casual sex. But it's not the case. So, for me, the last few years has been a string of friends with benefits and casual sex, and the way that it affects my depression is one of two ways. So we'll talk about the bad parts first. So sometimes when I've felt down, I've gone out and met someone that I know wants to have sex, and I've not necessarily wanted to have sex, but I've done it just because I wanted to feel better. And the flip side of that is sometimes I don't feel better. I'm caught up in the moment, I enjoy myself, I have sex, and the release is gone. And then I feel shit, and I sort of reflect on what I'm doing and why am I doing this. And sometimes that makes me feel a bit shit inside, and I have come home and it's literally just cocooned myself in bed and stayed there and felt dreadful. It happens, it happens with everything in life. You can have the best day possible, you get home and you feel shit. That is just the way depression works. It seems to pick on the good parts not as well as the bad parts. It's just, that's depression. And for me, casual sex has become less of a rarity and more of a normal way of life to me. Like I say, I've tried dating earlier this year, and it just didn't seem to work for me. I seem to pick the wrong people, and I seem to like the people that are going to hurt me the most. But then again, I was speaking to someone recently, and they stopped speaking to me, and they literally just blocked me on everything. And I was like, well, that's very nice of you. I appreciate that. So I went out and I fucked someone the next day. It was sort of like a massive fuck you if you want. I did really enjoy the sex, actually. This was Sunday, and I was on the way back from Coventry with Emily, who I am not shagging, by the way. Everyone fucking says that. We're not shagging. And we came back and she dropped me off so I could have sex. That's like what our best friends for. The plus side for casual sex for me is that there's no strings attached. I always make sure that the other person doesn't want a serious thing, because I'd hate, and that would make my depression worse, knowing that I'm having sex and basically taking advantage of someone else who feels like they want a relationship. For me, that is something that I could never personally live with. It has happened before, and then I've just stopped having sex. It's just something, what is happening with my hair? It's just something that physically doesn't sit well with me. I think that would affect my depression in much worse ways, thinking that I'm taking advantage of someone who genuinely has these feelings towards me. But sex for me is a massive release of sperm. No, it's a massive release of frustration, sadness. It's just, it makes you forget who you are for a bit, and that's why I enjoy casual sex so much. The amount of times that I have gone out and just had sex and felt better after it is, it's incredible. Like, it is literally a release of all your emotions, and you forget how sad you are during that time you're having sex. So for me, it's about 30 seconds. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to think what else to talk about. So for me, I don't think that casual sex is a bad thing. I think as long as you're both on the same page, casual sex is something that you should consider. The person that I had sex with on Sunday didn't regret it, but felt sort of, I think her words were, slutty. And I felt like I had to defend her in a sort of way, like, we both wanted sex. We both had sex. We both enjoyed each other's company. And what's wrong with that? Casual sex is not a bad thing. And we need to get rid of this stereotype of, like, you're a slut if you have sex with so many people. Like, just get over it. It's not important how many people you have sex with. It really isn't. I feel like I need to go in more depth with this, but I can't quite think of the things to go into right now. But that is the first topic. We're going to talk about more things in general in the future. Whether it's dating, whether it's, you know, how I cope on a bad day and stuff like that. But I need your feedback. The response to the Twitter and the YouTube channel so far has been incredible, and I really love you guys for that. So make sure you like this video if you liked it. Give me some feedback down below. Subscribe to the channel. Until the next video, goodbye.